Hello my friend, welcome back. If this is your first time seeing my video on the subject of coming out, I would like to ask you to go back to session 1, uh, listen it through, think about it, do the homework, and then come back to the second one. So the homework on the first one, as I like to say, was, do you really want to make a coming out? If the answer is yes, then today I will guide you to the most important coming out of all, the mother of all coming outs. It would be the coming out to your father. If you are lucky enough, you have father in your life, so this lesson is for you. If you would like to make a coming out to your dad, in my opinion, there's, one love that really counts, and it's love of your father. Love of your mother will follow. I found it a little bit, you know, almost easy to handle mom, but to make coming out to your father could be, the hardest one. It's easy, if any coming out is easy at all, to talk about it or tell your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your maybe even colleagues at work. Uh, Telling it to your parents, it's the hardest thing, I believe, and I would like to encourage you, empower you to do the hardest thing first. It would be like taming a lion, and then when you are successful, you are not really afraid of, cats. So if you are ready to think about and to consider a coming out to your father, I would equip you today with some wording that I think could work. If I would do it again, I probably would do it this way. My coming out was different, as I was married, I had 2 children, so my first coming out was to my wife and then to my parents. But as I said, if I would be 17, 18, 20, whatever, again, I would talk to my father first. Being father myself, I suppose, plays a big role in that decision. So if you are ready to make it, if you're ready to make coming out to your dad, this is what I suggest. And now you have to choose and use the, common sense and do it your way. But people usually avoid telling other people what to say. I will take a risk here and I will try to suggest something that, as I said, I would do. So I suggest that you ask your father to meet alone. Maybe at a restaurant, at a bar, but it would be better to give him even a safer place to talk, just at home. Go for a walk where you two would be alone without any disturbance. You don't want to embarrass your dad. You don't want to put him in a situation where he needs to defend himself, when he needs to take care of his reputation, where he needs to be somebody that cannot afford to show his feelings, where he might be in a position that he might be responsible to some other people to kind of protect the whole family. You don't want him to have any excuse not to be himself. Because coming out to your dad is one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. After that, all the rest will fall in place. Trust me on that one. So if you can manage to ask your father to be alone, this is what I suggest. You say, Dad, I'm afraid. I am really, really afraid. I was never so afraid in my life, and I'm afraid of you. I'm actually afraid what you will tell me after I tell you something that is so important in my life. I cannot hold it back anymore. I lied to you, I pretended for long, long time, and I cannot take it anymore. I just respect you and love you too much to go on like this. I have to tell you that I'm gay. And believe me, it wasn't easy to say. I'm not confused, I'm not in doubts, I'm not really just thinking about it. I know it. And I'm not sure if you know it, but they say parents always know. So it is out now. I am out to you, and I will beg you to think about it. I would really, really ask you to support me. I haven't told anybody else, not even mom. And I will need all the help to face the world with this issue. And I would like you to be that help. I would like you to support me. I understand if you need more time. I understand if you have, your doubts, if you're shocked, if you're angry now with me maybe, but please, don't stop loving me. I know you love me. You didn't always show it, but I felt it. I just knew it. Whatever the reason you have, you were, you know, absent sometimes. Maybe you already knew. I don't know. But I wanted to do it. I needed to do it. I did it now, and it is out there. And I did it because I really, really love you and respect you. And I don't want to hurt you. But I was hurting myself by not telling you. Or something like that. So something very honest, something very sincere. You have to express your deepest feelings. You have to tell him you are afraid, because this is the main reason you haven't told him yet. You were afraid, he will stop loving you. You were afraid you will lose that little connection you had with him. Because if you would have a really, really good relationship with your dad, you would have told him already. You are not afraid of somebody that you really feel loves you. So if you haven't told your dad yet, I suppose it is because you don't feel his love enough. You don't trust your judgment enough that he really will be supportive. So you are afraid. And fear, is stopping you to find that one love that really, really matters. And whatever your father's reaction will be, that's got nothing to do with you anymore. You are just perfect as you are. You are good. You've been honest. You've been loving. You've been decent. You've been honorable. Whatever his reaction will be, is his reaction. He might be concerned about what people will say. He might be concerned with, your safety, your future. But it is out now, the big thing, the big issue is out. And if you feel a relief, and you will feel a relief, that is the major thing you wanted to feel anyway. A relief from lying to your father. If you don't have a really, really good relationship with your dad, this part might be a bit harder. On the other hand, if you don't really, really have a good relationship, your silence might be one of the reasons that he has no connection with you. Maybe there are some other external reasons he knows about them and you don't. Don't play those games. You just be yourself. You just tell your dad how you feel about yourself, how you feel about him, how you feel about you too. If you will have your father as an ally against the world, you are a winner already. So this lesson number 2 on coming out is the one that I think is the most important, is coming out to your father, telling him your honest feelings about yourself and about him, and asking him for help. Maybe this will be the first time he will ever see you in charge. Maybe this is the first time he will ever see you powerful, strong, determined, honest, and all of that is good. It's hard to imagine a father that wouldn't love an honest and strong and determined and empowered child. Maybe he was afraid you are, a soft one. Maybe he's afraid that you would be teased and bullied, and we all went through this stage. But if you know that you have a support of your dad, the rest of the world just fades away. And nobody can do that for you. Nobody can tell that to your father, even if they do behind your back. It's not the same. You have to do it yourself. I would like to wish you all the best with that if you choose to do it, but you have to do it your way. You're the only one that knows your parent enough or good enough. And there's another thing, many of us are lucky to have father in our lives, many don't. You can simply write a letter to a father that is absent, non-existent, to the father that died maybe. Put in the letter, put it in words, let it all out, and then move on. Feelings that are held inside, feelings toward your parent, toward your father, could be the ones that are stopping you loving. They could stop you building another relationship with another person and with yourself, of course. So you have to release yourself from fear. Fear is paralyzing and love is empowering. And when you love, you're blessed. If you are loved back, this is just a bonus. And I am sure your father loves you and he will show you his love and support. Thank you very much for watching today. My name is Rene. I will do these sessions once a week. Next week we will catch up with coming out to your mom. And my homework today for you would be, think about if you really want to do coming out, and if you do it to your father first. Watch the series to the end and then make your own decision. You are powerful, you are loved. If nobody else ever told you that they love you, I love you. And I love you in the deepest, honest sense that another person, a father, can love. Bless you, and hope you come back.